CinePals.
Welcome back. I'm Steph SABRAW, joined by Kristen, STEPHENSONPINO, and we are continuing on our Transformers journey into a world, which I hear this movie rocks, Transformers 1. I'm super excited to see it. It has a great cast, and I love animated movies. We're going to get into this thing. Let's do it. I knew this movie was coming out and I just didn't look into it at all, which sometimes I love going into movies blind. And this was one of them, because had I really thought about it and clicked in, you're like, yeah, that looks like Optimus. His name is Orion. Same color. That was Steve Buscemi. That's great. But I would have thought too much, known too much, but it was more fun being totally ignorant. And I know we probably sounded stupid in the beginning, but getting there in its natural order felt so right that I actually feel bad for people that know the story too much. You know?
That is true.
Like, I liked being shocked by it, even though the clues are very much in front of your face. It was so good.
But I almost feel like, even though it's like in your face, you know what it is? They created this bond that where you just, I felt like we were refusing to see it. It's almost like you're like, nah.
No way.
No, there's no way. Like, this is too adorable because you loved it. They made us love it so much.
Yeah.
And adore that friendship.
From the first 2 minutes, we're like, oh my gosh, this friendship.
Yes. And so there's no way that you can sit there and like, you can't hate on us for like taking a bit, because I feel like it's one of those moments of like, no, like I'm in disbelief and I refuse to believe it because this is too precious. This is too great. And I thought he was going to die. You know, I thought the friend was going to die. And then I'm like, I just realized who it was. And I was like, no way. This hurts my soul. But at the same time, I kind of like that we did go this way, because I feel like that moment wouldn't have hurt as much.
It hurts so bad because, you know what I mean? It honestly brings so much volume and strength into the films that follow. Like, this movie elevated the entire franchise for me, because I didn't grow up watching Transformers, so I think a lot of the fans of the movies are hardcore for their whole life, you know, and so they know the beginnings of it. I totally get the love of the story now, because the story, we've always been an Optimus Prime fan. Like, he gets me going. Like, I wish I listened to him before, when I was still playing sports, because I would have been just absolutely superb on the field. But I love how this movie just elevated the characters even more that we know in the live action, but they did it in such a magical way where every part of this movie rocked. The story was awesome. It was so strong, and I love the twists and turns, and I love the themes that we had. The characters are great. It's like the things we love about B, there's even more B in there. Like, you get to know more about him. The things you love about Optimus, there's more of that in there. I love Alita. She's a very cool character. And the just turning into Megatron, wow, that got me.
And then when you start thinking about how they took his voice box, you're like,
so mean. The man who wants to talk so much. Yeah, man, the story, it really made me feel something. Like, for them to take away their cogs and make them feel like this is all they were meant to do, and then getting bullied by the hierarchy and the people above them with cogs, it just is so wrong, and such a great metaphor for situations in real life. And I love the fight back from the underdogs. There's nothing like it.
No, the storyline is definitely very powerful and strong. And like Steph said, I'm all about the underdog and taking back their power. I love that we came from such a humble beginning, and we were given and gifted this power and didn't take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And staying humble, but then also upbringing and uplifting others to come with us, to be the best of the best
that they can,
and to allow them to have, to let them have their moment to shine, and to allow them to have that opportunity to be everything and more. I love it. I loved everything about this, but I hate the part where he just goes, I can't save you. I'm not saving you anymore.
I know.
That hurt. I was so sad.
His eyes turned red. I can't save you anymore.
But I do like the fact that we had that moment of, why did you do that? You know, and the true him came back for a split second of like, oh my God, I love you. Like, what happened? And then he's like, you know what? No. Like, and he just flipped. And I almost feel like in that moment.
He turned bad to the bone.
But I feel like in that moment, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong. If you felt the same way, I almost feel like that moment was so crucial. And it was a turning point because he felt so bad.
Yeah, that he killed his best friend.
And then from there, he was like, he got more mad. He was like, no, I have to kill everything that makes me me.
Right.
And kill it inside so I don't feel bad about killing you.
Mm-hmm. To fulfill this new false prophecy of his own.
Yes. And then when he came back, it was like, shit. I've already gone too far. I can't go back from this.
How do you go back from that? I mean, like, an apology does a long way, and like maybe some time would heal it. But as we know, he stayed away, and now they're mortal enemies.
I know.
It's devastating. There were so many different parts about this movie that I just adored.
Yes, I love
think it was
fan
so
base,
good.
Who they looked up to, how they saw, like.
There's so many fun parts about it. And I love the way, even when we received exposition, they did it in such a unique way where they were able to, Laurence Fishburne's character, one of the main primes, when he was able to just show it instead of telling it. It was such a great way to tell us what happened without showing it, not saying it.
Yes.
The animation was so great.
So beautifully done.
I loved the way it looked.
They did a really good job at hyping us up and making us feel like,
I felt like I was one of them.
I did too.
I felt like I got my cog today and now I'm a transformer. So I guess the director, Josh Cooley, such a great job. This is his first involvement in a movie that's not Pixar. He's been involved in a lot of the great recent Pixar movies. So that's cool. I mean, this is a huge hit. To me, this is such a good movie that I would look forward to watching anything he does next. But the writers did such a great job. Have to give it up to the voice actors too, because it's like when you have someone like Chris Hemsworth who has such a notable voice, I feel like he's still, pun intended, transformed and had this had a completely different accent and way about him. And I just thought like Brian Tyree Henry and Scarlett Johansson and then Michael Key as B is so fun. They did such a great job. And I love the music.
I love the storytelling.
The story was so
I love
good.
I love how cute it is that they're figuring out how to work powers per se. Yeah. And they're like just going through it and they just keep like, oh, what?
Right.
Oh, and they're like half in, half out. And I thought that was so funny when he's like, this is not faster.
This is not working faster.
No,
that was fun. That was really fun. Yeah, it was so fun, man. I really loved it. This is like such a high rewatchability factor for me. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this, and I'm definitely calling the family to tell them they need to watch this.
Same.
This is such a good movie.
2 thumbs up for me.
2 thumbs up for me too. What are your thoughts on this movie? Did it blow you away like us?
Blew me away.
Don't like be too hard on us that we didn't pick up on everything as we started. Okay, I know this fan base is very fierce and I respect that, but we love this one. We love this one. Okay,
this one, just remember,
be gentle.
Obsessed.
Be gentle because we're new to this. We're new to this game of Transformers. Make sure you subscribe, like,
all at bell
leave
icons.
A comment. Yeah, bell icon so you know when we drop more stuff.
Do.
You know what to do. We'll see you later. I'm STEPHENSONPINO.
Kristen STEPHENSONPINO.
Autobots roll out!